What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another episode of the 5 takeaways, where we're going to take a look at the weekend. Well, Brighton came in midweek, the 2-0 win at the Amex, and see what we can take away from the game. We got the Irish Hotspur with us on his debut for the 5 takeaways. How you doing, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely buzzing. Thanks for having Heavy D in the building, my man. It's great to be here.
Grand.
Definitely grand. It's St. Patrick's Day as well,
grand.
so why not? But let's get into the first takeaway, and that first takeaway is bossing Bentancur.
Yeah, and what a game he did have. Bentancur was really a shining light in the central midfield, and he was really bossing things away from the likes of Basuma and Pascal Gross and whatnot. The stats as well really back up his game. 1 key pass, got 1 assist, 80 passes as well, which was the most of anyone on the pitch with a 92% passing accuracy. He completed 2 of his 4 long passes, made 3 interceptions, 1 tackle and 3 clearances as well. So a proper all-action display from Rodrigo Bentancur, and I thought he was head and shoulders, especially in the second half, above the other midfielders.
Yeah, look, for me, he's doing exactly what we brought him in to do. You know, look, the pass and the assist is exactly what we brought him in to do, lads. You know, and to come and hit the ground running the way he has, absolutely brilliant. And fair play to him. I thought he was outstanding in the middle against Brighton.
Yeah, I completely agree. And let's move on to the second takeaway, and that is improving backline.
So Spurs now in the past 4 games, they kept 3 clean sheets after having not kept a clean sheet between January and the Leeds game. So it really was a long. It really was a long stretch of games without a clean sheet, but I think we are starting to tighten things up. I think we are starting to get the balance right, and there's also 13 goals in those last 4 games as well. So I think he's really, especially that back three, is starting to get a lot tighter, and I think the 3 clean sheets in full proves it.
Yeah, well, look, you know, they're starting to play together a lot more consistency, and when you play with each other more consistent, you start to learn to read each other's games, weaknesses, you know, positioning and everything else, and then you start to adjust accordingly. I think it's been, I definitely think it's improving. Look, United was a letdown, but against Leeds, Everton, you know, Brighton there last night, absolutely brilliant, clean sheets, like Sim was saying, but I think Eric Dyer is crucial to that. I think there's some sort of stat out there that it's like 9 clean sheets to, you know, with him at the heart of that back three, so absolutely brilliant. Romero, Davies, look, Davies, to be fair, he's proven me wrong this season. I think he's been absolutely brilliant in terms defensively and going forward. So look, it's a good plus, because we're going to need that defence to be a unit. We're going to need it to be tight, especially if we want to chase top 4. So happy days.
All right, and let's move on to the third takeaway, and that is Romero aggressively up the pitch.
Yeah, I love it. Especially Romero with a Rome, as in roaming.
Oh, Romero.
Well, Romero actually played more like a right back a lot of the game yesterday. If you look at his heat map, it's mostly on the right hand side of the defence, and even charged up the pitch even more. And obviously his goal he got from being in the penalty area, and that's not the first time we've seen him in and around the attacking penalty area and in the box, and it's causing opposition defences a lot of trouble. You see the second goal against Man United, he was heavily involved in that, and obviously he got a goal yesterday with a bit of luck. It struck him, and he's really starting to make an impact in both sides of the pitch now.
Yeah, I just think that comes down to how aggressive he is. You look at Dyer, look, maybe he's not the most aggressive, neither is Davies. But with this guy, it strikes fear into the opposition attackers. They think twice about going down his side. But not only that, what he offers us going forward. I would say that goal against United and the goal last night against Brighton there, or forcing Maguire against United to get the own goal last night. That's a signal to any young person out there, any young kid that wants to make it in the game, that you always follow things in. Always follow things in, and you will get your rewards. And that's exactly what's happening with Romero right now. And I'm absolutely delighted, because this is a guy that he's not reactive. He doesn't wait for things to happen. He's proactive. He wants to make things happen, and that's what we need at Tottenham Hotspur.
And that's what we're seeing the last couple of games, isn't it? Because against Man United, if he's not there in the box, Maguire doesn't need to make that challenge. And if Romero's not there, you know, Kulusevski's shot probably doesn't go in. So yeah. That's 2 goals there where, you know, his persistence right at the top has made the difference. So big up Kuti Romero, loving what I'm seeing from him. And let's move on to the 4th takeaway, and that is King of the Road.
Yeah, and that's Harry Kane. Who else? Obviously breaking the record for his most goals in away from home in Premier League history. But it's off the back of another really strong display, especially in the second half. He had 3 key passes throughout the game. He completed 4 of his 4 long passes. He had 6 shots with 2 on target, and obviously one of them being the goal. He obviously reacted well to missing that early chance with the open goal, which could have gone against us. And, he could have got down about it, but he just kept going and he held his head up, got a great finish, and now is the highest ever goal scorer away from home, which is very impressive considering how many less games he's had and how many goals away from being the all-time goal scorer he still is. He's up to 5th, I think, in the all-time, and he's up to 3rd in just this season top goal scorer list.
Harry Kane, king of the lane, best number 10 in world football. For me, look, I thought he had a good game yesterday. He did the open goal he missed at the start of the game could have very well affected his confidence, but it shows the elite mentality that he didn't, and he went on, and when the other chance came, he took it and he put the game to bed. So for me, it shows that elite mentality. But as well, Sim, you were talking earlier on about, him maybe not having some pace and about his intelligent runs, but you don't need that pace. Pace is overrated. If you have the mindset and you know how to drop into space to be able to create your runs, that gives you that extra time to make up for your lack of pace. It shows that you're world class, and this guy has it. His brain moves quicker than his feet, and for me, I thought he had a brilliant all-round game yesterday.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I felt like he kind of grew in influence as the game wore on as well, Harry Kane. But let's get into the last and final takeaway, and that is went our way.
So finally, I think for the league results, we beat Brighton on the Wednesday, Arsenal lost, and we needed that result to go our way if we were going to stay in this top 4 race. And thankfully it did. I think Liverpool did us a massive favour. And now going to the last 10 games with 3 points behind Arsenal, them having played a game more, but a lot of twists and turns and big games to come up. United have to play Arsenal. West Ham, obviously, we're level on point to West Ham. They're kind of still in the mix, but they'll feel like they still have a chance as well, although we have a game in hand on them. We're 2 points behind United now with a game in hand, so it really is all to play for, and thankfully the results in midweek went our way, and Arsenal now go into the game against Villa needing to win that game, and the pressure's on them now.
Yeah, look, for me, luck isn't given, luck is earned. And I think we actually earned to put ourselves back inside the top 4 race yesterday. And I just want us to continue, keep concentrating on ourselves. Forget all the outside noise. Forget the pressures. Forget about what other teams are doing. Because when our team starts to kind of focus on that, we know what happens. So for me, just got to keep concentrating on ourselves, and things will keep going our way. Like I said, luck is earned, not given.
Yeah, a lot of big games left to play, a lot of twists and turns left. I mean, I think now is probably the first time Arsenal have really been put under a lot of pressure. Now the crack, I mean, look, anyone can lose to Liverpool. They're an absolutely world-class side, but I think now they've lost that game after a good run.
And they're playing first as well on the weekend.
Exactly. So I think this is the first time Arsenal have been put in under a bit of pressure in this top 4 race. So we'll see how they hold up with that. Like I said, long way to go, a lot of twists and turns left to go, but let's do it. Come on, the Spurs.
Come on.
That is our 5 takeaways, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on our takeaways, and also what your takeaways are in the comment section below. Big up to the Irish Hotspur for coming and joining us for the 5 takeaways on St. Patrick's Day. So everyone, show him some love for St. Patrick's Day in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.